Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel GMB Today. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. ITV The Chase viewers were left seething just minutes into this evening's show after two players opted to take the low offer, with fans threatening to switch off. The Chase fans were fuming after two contestants opted for the lower offer within minutes of the show kicking off. Bradley Walsh returned to screens on Thursday, March 6th, hosting the popular ITV quiz where fresh faces attempted to outwit one of the brainy chasers. When it was Carol's turn against quizzer Paul Sinha, she managed to get 4 questions right but wasn't tempted by the pile of cash earned, instead playing it safe with a low offer of £1,000. Confessing her game plan to Bradley, Carol said, "I'm going to go for the one. I want to enjoy the whole experience. I want the best chance of getting back there." She breezed through to join the rest without tripping over a single question. Next to face Paul was 30-year-old Fuad, who managed to answer 2 questions correctly, reports The Express. He faced a tempting spread from the Sinnerman, a high offer of £50,000, £2,000, or a low offer of £500. The primary school teacher aired his quandary before saying, "It's quite a tough decision, but I really want to get back to my team, so I think I'm going to pick the lower." This was too much for viewers, who dashed online to air grievances as Paul needled the players with a sarcastic, "What an exciting team this is turning out to be." One disgruntled fan blasted, "No! £1,000 low offer taken by seat 1. Why are ITV still casting useless players who opt for the stupid, meaningless low offer? Come on now, this has been happening episode by episode recently. When is this nonsense going to stop? This is completely unacceptable." Another clearly had enough as they exclaimed, "Right, that's it, I'm turning off." While someone else vented their irritation more colorfully, commenting, "Take your £500 and shove it up your ass." Adding to the chorus of disapproval, another viewer chimed in, "No, I actually cannot believe this. £500 low offer. That's 2 in a row. Why do these useless people do this? Just why? Please stop casting these people who take the low offers, ITV. This is too much for everyone to handle. Please make it stop. I have had enough." Despite the controversy, Fuad managed to make it through to the final chase, though the prize pot was only a meager £1,500 at that stage. Victoria came on strong, nabbing an impressive £7,000 in her cash builder round, but she couldn't beat the chaser and missed out on adding to the team's total. Last up was Anthony, who answered 2 questions right during his own cash builder. Despite this, he went for the high offer of £90,000. Going against Paul, it was a nail-biting round as the quizzing star was 1 step behind Anthony the whole time. Despite the pressure, he managed to make it through to the final chase. Impressed, Bradley commented, "You have saved ITV." This meant the team were now playing for an impressive £91,000. With 2 minutes on the clock, they answered 16 questions correct as Paul called their performance brilliant. However, it wasn't enough to claim victory as Paul caught them with 18 seconds remaining. The evening began like any other for ITV's hit quiz show, The Chase. The familiar jingle rang out, Bradley Walsh bounced onto the stage with his trademark grin, and viewers at home settled in for what they thought would be another thrilling episode. But within minutes, living rooms across the country were buzzing with anger, disbelief, and frustration. The source of the fury? The contestants. From the moment they introduced themselves, something felt off. First up was Paul, a 32-year-old social media strategist who wasted no time boasting about his online following and how he intended to show off his superior brain. He smirked his way through the warm-up round, rolling his eyes whenever Bradley cracked a joke. His arrogance set the tone. Next came Sharon, a retired schoolteacher with a sharp tongue. Instead of charming the audience, she openly criticized Paul's wrong answers and muttered about carrying the team on her back. By the time contestant number 3, Derek, a self-proclaimed crypto entrepreneur, ambled onto the stage, bragging about how he was smarter than any chaser, fans were already crooning on social media. But it was the final contestant, Zoe, who truly tipped viewers over the edge. When Bradley asked about her hobbies, she shrugged and replied, "Winning arguments. Doesn't matter if I'm right, I just like to win." The studio audience chuckled nervously, but viewers at home weren't laughing. Within 15 minutes, Twitter was ablaze. "Unacceptable team tonight. No chemistry, no charm, just ego after ego. Switching off. Why did ITV even cast this lot? They're unbearable to watch. First time I've ever turned off the chase. Absolutely unwatchable." The fury wasn't just about arrogance, it was about the lack of sportsmanship. When Paul made it back to the final chase with £9,000, instead of celebrating, Sharon snidely remarked, "Lucky guess." Derek failed to bank a single pound, but insisted he was saving his energy for the big game. Zoe, meanwhile, rolled her eyes through every round and even told Bradley, "Don't patronize me," when he praised her efforts. Even the chaser, Ann Hegarty, seemed rattled. Known for her quick wit and sharp put-downs, she kept glancing at Bradley as though silently asking, "Is this really happening?" At one point, after Derek interrupted her mid-answer with, "I knew that too," Ann shot him a glare so icy it sent Twitter into meltdown. By the halfway mark, ratings dipped noticeably. Viewers were leaving in droves, calling the team toxic, unwatchable, and the worst in chase history. Loyal fans, usually eager to defend contestants who fumble, found themselves united in outrage. The final chase sealed the team's fate. Despite banking £18,000, their arrogance sabotaged them. They bickered over answers, ignored each other's suggestions, and wasted precious seconds arguing. When Ann inevitably caught them with time to spare, Bradley tried to lighten the mood with a joke, but not even he could save the atmosphere. As the credits rolled, the backlash was immediate and fierce. Fans vowed to boycott future episodes if casting didn't improve. One viewer summed it up perfectly. "The chase is supposed to be fun, thrilling, and full of teamwork. Tonight, it was none of those things. ITV, never again." And so, a night meant for quiz show joy became a cautionary tale of what ego takes the spotlight.